Welcome to the Spawnies. Coming to you live from Kinda Funny's The Spare Bedroom, it's your boy Eli Harris. Tonight, we're back for year 2 of our award show. Dedicated to bringing you the best and the brightest of the gaming industry. Sit back, relax, and we hope that you enjoy our show. Let's get the party started and introduce our hosts. Please welcome Kahlief and Riana Manuel-Pena.
We are back and so excited to have you rock with us tonight. Before we get into the festivities this evening, let's give it up to my home skillet and my co-host, the one and only Riana Manuel-Pena. What's good? How you doing, Ri?
Thank you so much, Ka. Thanks for having me back at the Spawnies. I was so excited when you reached out to me last year to co-host with you, and I cannot explain how hyped I am for this one. It is bigger and better than ever.
It is bigger and better, and you being here again is just a blessing to me. It is so cool to be able to do this. And again, we got to talk about the glow up.
Oh, yeah.
This is ridiculous. This is better than anything I could have ever thought about. We did this in a pandemic last year. Remotely, we did Spawnies remotely. This year we are live and in full effect and doing this in person at the stunning, beautiful, the Spare Bedroom Kinda Funny Studios. How dope is this?
It is absolutely incredible. And shout out to our cheering section back here, all the folks behind the scenes on the ones and twos making it happen. They did their thing. This looks so dope.
It's ridiculous. This is bigger and better than anything I could have ever dreamed of. And alongside our visuals getting a major upgrade, the way our show works did too. You know, this year we added a couple of categories, and alongside our technology partners, Grab Labs, we were able to implement fan voting this year, which was super, super cool.
That's right. Our show tonight is 100% fan driven. That means our nominees and winners were picked by you, the fans. And I have to say, I think you all did pretty damn well.
I mean, I think the parts I love about that is that we had such a diverse set of nominees across our 13 categories. We even had some that I would say are a little bit controversial, some in terms of some of the picks for the winners. But it really shows how dope all of you are at home and the wide spectrum of games that you enjoyed this past year. So I'm really excited to dig into that. And before we start and get into our first award, I have to give massive love and thank you to our sponsors, Xbox, Twitch, and Zynga's Black Developer Employee Resource Group for partnering with us on this journey. If you're new to the Spawnies, our award show's mission is to spotlight and celebrate underrepresented voices in the gaming space. To bring that to the forefront, folks from marginalized spaces and culture, to give you at home a better glimpse of some of the people who make the games that you love. Each year, we strive to have 100% POC representation in every aspect of our show. And with that said, Ree, are you ready for our first award of the show?
I am so excited for this one. Let's get to that first award.
With each passing year, the shooter genre looks to add new wrinkles to a space that asks players to do everything from being a master tactician
to surviving a final circle, or just getting on with friends and blasting people in the face with Kamehamehas.
These are the nominees for Best Shooter Award,
or what we would like to call the 6 Million Ways to Die Award.
The 6 Million Ways to Die Award.
Roller Drome. Neon White. Apex Legends. Splatoon 3. And your winner is Splatoon 3.
Yay! Let's give it up to our friends over at Nintendo for Splatoon 3 and their winning of our 6 Million Ways to Die award, our biggest and best shooter of the year. Again, I think one of the games that I think of when I think of shooters is Splatoon, but it isn't the first game that I think of. So it's kind of really cool to see how all of our folks who voted thought of Splatoon 3 as the one that they wanted to kind of push for that.
Absolutely. And, if the vote were up to me, I'd probably pick Apex or Call of Duty again. So I'm so glad we have this fan voting mechanic, again, from Grab Lab this year, because you really get to see what resonates with the masses, with the community. And it's a lot different from what maybe we would have picked.
Yeah, it's cool because it's also just like another layer of games that you might have missed or games that you don't necessarily think of instantly, but have not only a really big following, but have this layer to it that is really resonating with players in a really cool way. I, as a person who has played a little bit of Splatoon, was like, this is a really fun pick. I appreciate the fact that this got put into the game, not only as a nominee, because we had like a really wild set of nominees for this year too. So for this game to kind of push through all that noise and be the one that everybody picked, that's pretty dope. That's pretty fantastic.
It is. And what better way to start off this show, right? Like
Spice.
Curveball.
Curveballs and spiciness. Yeah, that's going to be the underlying foundation for the show this year. It's like, oh, word, you thought you were going to get that game? That's not the one you're going to get. You're going to get this one. So massive love to our friends over at Nintendo for their win for Splatoon 3. I wonder if, we'll see next year if that kind of moves into the forefront again. So remember this for next year's Spawnies, of if they kind of make it and pull through with another Splatoon game, maybe that would be cool. That would be really fun.
We'll see.
And we're going to check out our next category. You ready?
I'm ready.
Cool.
My favorite thing about gaming is a great story. I'm talking about saving Princess Zelda in Ocarina of Time. Fam, I'm talking about finding out about Cloud's convoluted, crazy backstory in Final Fantasy VII. Or breaking my heart in the zombie apocalypse, which is The Last of Us. Look, I want to get lost in a 100-hour narrative taken on an emotional roller coaster. When I think about the games that changed my life, I don't think about sick shooting mechanics. I think about those stories, those adventures. And the games in this category have this. Here are our nominees for Best Narrative Game, or what we like to call Snot, Bubble and Cry Award. Sephiroth, why?
The Snot Bubble Cry Award.
As Dusk Falls. Beacon Pines. We Are OFK. I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. And the winner of the Snot Bubble Cry Award is As Dusk Falls.
Hello Spawnies, I'm Caroline, Creative Director at Interior Night.
And I'm Charu, Studio Director.
We're super thankful for you to have voted us Best Narrative, Most Emotional Game this year. Thank you so much, we're very honored.
I can't believe this is our debut game and we've won. It's brilliant. Thank you for choosing us.
Thank you.
Congratulations, As Dusk Falls. Shout out to Interior Night Studio. This is a really good one. I think this pick resonates with a lot of people who played the game because there are some hard choices in this one.
I played this game in a way that was really heart-wrenching, and I didn't expect this to really like pull on my heartstrings in that way. The way it was kind of shown and showcased, with this really dope painterly style in the art too. It like really pulled some of the emotion together in a really cool way. It definitely did resonate in that way for me. Like I was like, no, I can't lose that person. Oh no, this is about to happen. How's that gonna work? Did you play it in that way where you're just like, I'm gonna make the hard decision. I'm gonna kind of just go for it?
It's tough, right? Because you pick your favorite characters and you do your best to keep them safe and happy, and it doesn't always go that way. But I think that just calls back to the really great game design from Interior Night and what they're able to do with, again, the painterly style that you mentioned. It really does feel very personal, and it's easy to identify with these characters. Even though they're not 100% realistically, graphically rendered, you still feel the emotion, and that absolutely came through. Clearly, you all picked it for your Snot Bubble Cry Award.
Yeah, it was a really cool pick. I'm happy to see this kind of get the love that it deserved too. I think it's games like this are kind of more on the indie scale, and you don't get a chance to kind of see those get that real good critical acclaim in that same way. So it's really cool to see this kind of come through and win our Snot Bubble Cry Award. Super dope for them and Interior Night. Good job. Great job on that. And thank you so much for being part of our show. You know, they sent in their video and getting to see them also is really, really cool. Getting a chance to see all the folks who are making those games in the background. So super
Part
super
of the magic of this show. So let's keep that magic rolling, shall we? Let's get into the next category.
The indie game scene has grown exponentially this year. We've seen a ton of fantastic titles that have not only elevated the art of gaming, making but ones that have also had a great deal of critical and financial success. The games in our group are some of the best of that lot and ones that you should absolutely check out. Here are the nominees for the best indie games of the year, or what we like to call our Indiepocalypse Award.
The Indiepocalypse Award.
Cult of the Lamb. Citizen Sleeper. Nobody Saves the World. Power Wash Simulator. Your winner, Power Wash Simulator.
Hi, I'm Kirsty Rigdon, co-CEO of FutureLab. Thank you so much for this award. It's an honour to win Best Indie Award when 2022 was a year of so many other incredible titles. This award is especially meaningful to us because it was voted for by our amazing community, who have been so helpful and supportive throughout, from early access to release onwards. I'd just like to shout out to the hard work of our team. You guys totally owned this. You took the initial direction for the game and absolutely nailed it while I was away on maternity leave. You're the best, and I couldn't ask for a friendlier nor a more capable dev team. We've been really overwhelmed by the reception of the game. We thought it would be positively received, but didn't expect this level of engagement. And also, 2022 is not the end for Power Wash. In fact, it's just the beginning. We've got loads of really exciting content coming soon, so please stick with us. Thank you again.
Yo, let's go.
Congratulations. Power Wash Simulator. I gotta say, this game is incredibly addictive. FutureLab, y'all maybe presented us with some problems with this game. I know many a friend has lost many an hours to this game. What do you think, Ka?
Well, here's the thing, is besides people losing a ridiculous amount of time to this, I got in trouble because of this game, FutureLab. I got in trouble in the house. You brought trouble to my home. My wife saw me playing this. It was like, so all this washing you're doing over on these imaginary houses, these imaginary things that are dirty, I don't see you cleaning anything in real life. And I was like, I had to take the L and put it on my forehead and be like, I gotta take the L.
You walked right into it.
You're kind of right.
Yeah.
It was really fun to do it in the game, and also not as fun to do it in real life. So I wound up, y'all got me in trouble, but it was for a good reason.
Well, I would say the Indiepocalypse maybe hit your home a little bit too close, but it's really well deserved. Congratulations, FutureLab. Power Wash Simulator absolutely deserves this pick. Good job, community.
I mean, also just like, think about a game like this, right? A game like this where you're literally cleaning things as the main kind of thrust for the gameplay, and it capturing so much of people's time and energy and mind space. That's kind of the weirdest and kind of coolest thing about this in our Indie category, is like, you just don't know how things are going to land with folks and how they're going to resonate. So super, super cool.
It's cool. Just goes to show you got to make something you believe in and put it out for the world to judge. And they came out on top this time.
No doubt, no doubt. Shout out to FutureLab. Much love to you all. And yeah, let's head over to our next category.
Let's do it.
There is nothing better than head bobbing to a song or soundtrack from your favorite game. Music continues to be the heartbeat of great content, and this year these games not only came through with fantastic visuals, but brilliant beats as well. Here are the nominees for Best Music in a Game, or what we like to call our Turn Up Award.
Wow, competition's even stiffer than I thought. Please, my mom got better moves than that the time her girdle slipped in church.
The Turn Up Award.
We are OFK. Metal Hellsinger. Tunic. Cult of the Lamb. This year's Turn Me Up Award, Metal Hellsinger.
Hi,
Hello.
we are Elvira and Niklas, also known as Two Feathers, the composers for Metal Hellsinger. We're so delighted to have won this Turn Me Up Award, aka Best Music in a Game. This project has been a dream come true for us. We met in a metal band 10 years ago and made lots of metal back then, and then we formed Two Feathers to make games music, and we've done that for 10 years, and now it kind of cycled back to making games music and metal in one project. That's so awesome, and we're so proud of what we achieved, and even prouder to get this award. And we have so many people to thank for collaborating with us and making this come true.
Yeah, so first and foremost, thank you so much everybody at the Spawnies Awards and the Spawn on Me podcast. Just being considered for a nomination was amazing, and now winning this is such an honor, and we're so thankful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you to everyone at the Metal Hellsinger team. You all worked so hard and made this fantastic game, and we're so proud to have written music for it. So thank you so much. And thank you to all the singers and musicians who participated on the soundtrack. I mean, you all knocked it out of the park, and it could never have become as good as it did without you all. So yeah. Thank you so much for this Turn Me Up Award.
Yeah, thank you so much. All right.
Bye.
Yo!
Metal Hellsinger, winner of the Turn Up and Out Award. I gotta say, this one is still in my backlog, but the hype the community has for this game has me ready to play it tomorrow. Ka, what are your thoughts on this one?
I was instantly sold when I got a chance to play this. I forgot, I think it was maybe at Summer Games Fest or something like that was the first time I got a chance to actually play around with it and dig it. Like, as a person who's not really into heavy metal music, this thing was wild to get a chance to see it. The way that the kind of gameplay syncs with, you know, the music, and the better you do on your combos raises the level of the music, and then the singers pull in and it starts to come through. I can't front. It made me want to headbang a little bit in a way that I didn't expect. I was like, this is new. I appreciate this.
Well, I mean, it's nice and aerodynamic. You're like perfect for it.
It probably hurts even more if I headbang somebody because I got no hair to hang behind like to cushion the blow. but it was super cool. And the Outsiders, again, like I think they were thinking about this game in a really fun and interesting way. One that I hadn't really seen in that kind of rhythm game space, and combining that with a first-person shooter, hadn't really seen anything like that before. And we see, you know, with them winning our Best Music of the Year award, that it really resonated with the fans too, which was super cool as well.
Yeah, looking forward to the album.
I mean, look, they pulled Surge into that song from what's the name of the group? I can't remember the name of the group right now, but they did Chop Suey and all those other
System of a Down.
System of a Down, yeah. Like one of my favorite songs. So like seeing them pull through and coming through on that, like really, really dope. So shout out to the friends over at the Outsiders for Metal Hellsinger for winning our Turn Up Award. And before we head over to our next category, we have to give our sponsors some love. First up are our friends over from Twitch.
Hi everyone, I hope you're enjoying the Spawnies. My name is Mary and I am the Director of Community Marketing at Twitch.
And I'm Ray Apollo, I'm a Community Marketing Manager at Twitch. All right, we've heard from streamers that you need more opportunities to build communities on Twitch and grow year-round, not just during a specific month of the year. So, we're excited to announce the Twitch Unity Guilds, our next initiative to make Twitch a more inclusive space. We're launching individual guilds to empower historically underserved communities to connect and grow all year long, each managed by a partner streamer serving as the guild leader, with funding from Twitch.
Our goal is to make Twitch the best place to be a streamer. And for that to be true, Twitch must be the best place for everyone to stream safely, authentically, and with opportunities to grow. Over the past few years, we've been investing heavily in making Twitch more inclusive. Our ultimate goal is for everyone to find their community on Twitch, and we can't do that without you. You can read more about the guilds on our blog. You can go to blog.twitch.tv.
All right. We look forward to seeing y'all on Twitch this year, whether you're a streamer, a community member, or just lurking around. Hey, Ka, Riana, have a great show. And don't forget, y'all, Ka can cook.
Congratulations to our winners. And now here is our next award.
This year, the gaming space has been full of great games. We've seen franchises return to greatness and found new classics that have delighted us. This category is for those wonderful experiences we didn't see coming, but planted a flag and let themselves be known. These are the nominees for the most surprising game, or what we like to call the Oh Snap Award.
The Oh Snap Award.
Citizen Sleeper. Power Wash Simulator. Elden Ring. Stray. Your winner, Power Wash Simulator.
Hello, my name's Nick and I'm a designer on Power Wash Simulator. I just wanted to say that on behalf of Future Lab, we'd really like to thank you for voting for Power Wash Simulator for the most surprising game at the Spawnies. So Power Wash Simulator has been a game that really surprised us too. It first surprised us when we created that original prototype and found out how satisfying it was, even in those very early stages. Then it surprised us with how much fun we had to create all of these elaborate buildings and vehicles in the game. And then we were surprised all over again by how much fun we had creating stories and characters and mysteries for this fictional town of Muckingham in the game during that early access stage of our development. And then finally, upon its full release, we were massively surprised and delighted by the huge number of people who really enjoyed the power washing experience just as much as we enjoyed making it. The game really has exceeded our expectations in every way, and we're just really grateful to be receiving these awards at the Spawnies. So thanks again from all of us at Future Lab, and we hope that the upcoming content for Power Wash Simulator in 2023 continues to surprise. Thank you.
Yo, now wait a minute. I think we have our first two-time winner.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, right. I mean, look, our most surprising game of the year, again, picked by all of you at home, Power Wash Simulator from our friends over at Future Lab. Two-time winner on the show. I mean, what else is there to say about the wonderfulness that they put out into the world for all the folks at home?
I think something else you could say about it is you never know what is going to click for people, right? Like, if you try to pitch this game, which I'm sure Future Lab had to do, you're saying like, okay, so you're washing. And then that's it. But it is so magical. There's something that just tickles that one spot in your brain that's just like, oh yeah, I needed that.
Do you have other ones like that? What do you have a thing that's like the thing that people kind of hate that you love to be able to do?
Oh, probably pickle juice.
I can't front. I'm on Team Pickle Juice too.
Team Pickle Juice. I mean, we're also Team Oatmeal Raisin, but that's a conversation for another day.
Ooh, that's also a spicy one.
It is
to dig into. All you oatmeal raisin cookie haters out there, be gone. Poof, be gone. Out of my sight. Be gone. But it is one of those cool things. I think again, like our fans and the folks who voted really did have something to say about this game for it to come up twice in our winners, which I think is also, again, really, really fun and interesting. Here's the other question. Do you think Power Wash Simulator gets a Power Wash Simulator 2?
It better.
More cleaning, more fun.
We need more cleaning in this world.
Soap, more detergent.
More soap, more nozzles. Just like Let me clean an entire city. We need more.
They're gonna do it, but they're just gonna do it citywide. They were like Power Wash Simulator,
Oh my God.
New York edition.
That'd be incredible.
You just have rats rolling through. Anyway, that's a whole other conversation for a whole other time. Massive love to our friends over at Future Lab for their second win of the Spawnies and winning our O Snap Award. So we're gonna head over to our next category. We got more in store, and here we go.
Let's go.
The past few years have really made us appreciate the ability to get out of our own heads and live vicariously through the characters we play and the settings they inhabit. Transporting ourselves to distant lands on solo romps or caravans with our friends has made this genre not only fun, but important to our collective well-being. Here are the nominees for the Best Adventure Game, or what we call our Ease On Down the Road Award.
The Ease On Down the Road Award.
Horizon Forbidden West, Elden Ring, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, Kirby and the Forgotten Land. The Ease On Down Award goes to Elden Ring.
Yo.
Okay, so I am not surprised that Elden Ring is on our winners list tonight, but I gotta say, Ease On Down the Road feels like the right category for them to win. What do you think, Ka?
I mean, this game took over everyone's life for a fair amount of time, right? When we think about adventure games, we think about things that are vast and expensive, and it is just so wild to think about so many different stories that came out of this game and so many different ideas and playthroughs and those water cooler moments that people had. It does really feel like the only game that could have won this particular category. How much time did you spend playing Elden Ring?
The funny thing is, I've spent way less time playing Elden Ring than I've spent watching Elden Ring and looking at builds and trying to figure out my astrologer makeup and like searching for different weapons and gear that would help me. And then I just kept getting my ass beat. So I went back to watching it and it's been great, but I actually recently reinstalled it so I could play it on my Steam Deck. So they got me twice, and well deserved, because it's clearly one of your favorite games.
I mean, I think of like, how do you get something like this? And again, like From Software having literally some of the hardest games on the planet, and this being this is literally the first game that I've ever finished from FromSoft.
That's impressive.
And it really did pull together just this idea of not only we're gonna kick your butt, but also it felt weirdly more accessible than most of the other versions of their games before, which I also thought was really interesting.
Yeah.
I do wonder if a game like this, because of our fan votes, did get this win because of those facts too, of saying, I don't think a lot of people prior would have finished a Bloodborne, and most people haven't, or they finished a Sekiro kind of game like that. But a lot of people finished this game in a way that they wouldn't have done before. So
yeah, I think From Software found a really great formula and made some tweaks to what they've done in the past, and it's clearly working. And we're looking forward to the next thing that they do with lots of anticipation after this one. But once again, congratulations on the win for Elden Ring. It's absolutely well deserved. So, ready to roll into another category?
We got it. Let's get it.
The arena of sport continues to be one of the most exhilarating and heartbreaking spaces of competition. Sports video games are one of few places that we get to be as heroic as the real-life athletes we portray. The games in this category bring us ever closer to that feeling of becoming a champion. Here are the nominees for Best Sports Game Award, or as we like to call it, our One Shining Moment.
The One Shining Moment.
Roller Drome, FIFA 23, WWE 2K22, Ollie Ollie World. Your winner of the One Shining Moment Award, Roller Drome.
Roller Drome. Okay, so one shining moment. This category is new, Ka.
Yeah, we did a little bit of a name change for the future. The previous name of our best sports category was the Willis Reed You Big Dummy Award.
Very niche.
Very niche for the folks who might have known who the older folks were in the Knicks rosters. That was for you. So shout out to all of y'all at home who knew who that was. But we decided to kind of freshen it up and change it. This one, changing it to the one shining moment. If you've ever watched the NCAA tournament, this is the name of the song that plays at the end when they do the montage, right? So it's like an homage to that in terms of what the sports category is for our show. Rollerdrome, though, I think this is also a little bit of a spicy pick from the audience, right?
Okay.
You don't think of traditional sports in terms of a character who is on roller skates shooting people while doing acrobatic moves in an arena.
I mean, it sounds athletic AF.
I couldn't do it. There's no way in hell I'd be able to do. I'd cramp up. I'd be on the floor. I'd be crying. It would be a lot of those things. It would be more like the snot bubble cry than it would be the one shining moment for me. But I think I love the fact that our audience is thinking outside the box too, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And again, I keep calling it out. The magic of the Spawnies. Like, this is expanding our awareness, right? Where the whole point is that the community gets to come together and tell us what they've been feeling over the last year. And Rollerdrome is a perfect recipient for this award because, hey, maybe you didn't know it was out there. Maybe you didn't know it was in the sports category. Maybe you're a fan of all of those other nominees, and now you can add this to your playlist.
I really do think this is a game that everyone should try. Like, I think, there's a lot of games out there that are kind of the usuals. You have the Maddens, you have the 2Ks, you have that kind of stuff. But games like this feels like akin to something that's like American Gladiators or something like that, right? And it's like cool to see this get love in this way and be the winner for our sports award, our One Shining Moment award. So we have to also talk about Roll7 in all of this. One of my favorite developers, they made stuff like Ali World. I think they are the ones who, when I think of how do you make a game that not only has a lot of flair and really dialed in on the mechanics of a game, but really pull in the music and atmosphere in a game too. I think this also comes through in Rollerdrome as well, where it has a lot of that sci-fi feel. It feels very like, what's the best way to put it? It feels very like 60s, 70s Russia in a lot of different ways, which is really cool. Plus the art style, all that stuff. I would be remiss if I didn't talk about Roll7 in that way and give them some love.
100%. Masters of Style.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah. I mean, so now I have to rename the award now. Damn it.
Well, history being made here.
Master of Style, Roll7. So with that, massive love to that team. Massive love to Roll7.
Now, before we get into this next category, there is a serious concern that we here at the Spawnies feel is important to talk about. And in order to deliver this message, we have a special guest.
Hello. I am WWE superstar Xavier Woods, and when I'm not dominating in the ring on WWE SmackDown, you may recognize me from watching me play the same games that you play. Now, I'm not here today as a WWE superstar or a streamer or even a gamer. I am here as a fellow human being to talk about an issue that affects millions of people in this country every day. In a world in which families are starving and children are losing hope for their future, this problem is incredibly cruel and especially devastating. It's a plague, not one of disease, but a plague of the human heart and stomach. Because as much as we may want to look away, it's gonna take all of us together to stop Paris Lily's awful cooking. I mean, take a look at just a few of the meals we've tragically lost to his complete lack of cooking talent. No matter who you are or what you may have done, no one deserves Paris Lily's food. No one should ever have to eat a meal with the texture of Payless sneakers. No one should ever have to read an entire Stephen King novel while sitting on the toilet as their legs fall asleep because they had Thanksgiving dinner at Paris Lily's house. No one should ever have to swallow Paris Lily's cooking as a form of torture at Guantanamo Bay, and no one, I mean no one, should ever have to discover their dog ran away forever because they were given scraps of Paris Lily's food. It's not the world that I want to live in, and I know it's not the world that you want to live in. So I beg you, I implore you, I am pleading with you, please help us stop Paris Lily's reign of culinary terror. For just the price of a cup of coffee, you can afford a cup of coffee that tastes better than anything Paris Lily has ever cursed with a pan. Or you could get a Snickers bar, which is still better, or something off the McDonald's dollar menu, or even 4 packs of top ramen. The opportunities to help are as endless as the intestinal pain you will feel after eating Paris Lily's cooking. Now, a guy like me, I would never eat Paris Lily's food. That's why I look like this. Body's a temple. Paris Lily's food? Not allowed in here.
I ate Paris's food and I got sick. Uh-oh.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to break the show, but like, wow.
When you come for the big dogs, you can't miss. You can't miss. So when you come for me and you act up, I gotta hit you with the boom bap. And we gotta bring in the big guns. Massive love.
I'm sorry.
To our friend, WWE superstar Xavier Woods, for coming through and blessing the Spawnies with one of the best things I've ever seen on the planet. I also have to give a huge shout out to friend of the show, Mike Drucker, for writing that piece and talking about having to sit on the toilet when your legs go numb.
We've all been there.
Because you ate Paris Lily's food. It is literally, of all the things that I'm the most happy about on the show, I think that one moment is the thing that I hope will define me in this gaming industry in all the ways that we possibly can. So again, massive love and shout out to our friends, WWE superstar Xavier Woods and Mike Drucker, for making that come to fruition and bringing the flavor to the show.
We're going to get right back to these awards, but first, here is a quick word from one of our sponsors.
Grab Labs builds interactive experiences for brands, creators, and the Twitch community. Grab Labs offers a suite of tools that help you energize and engage your audience and create meaningful connections with viewers. These extensions are designed to help you monetize, expand your following, and strengthen your community. Make sure to follow Grab Labs on Twitter or join their Discord to stay updated on new releases.
The VR gaming space is continuing to grow in monumental ways. The technology behind them continues to get better and smaller, while the experiences we've seen in virtual reality get ever more expansive and delightful. This year, we've had some great VR titles come our way, and here are some of the best and brightest. Here are our nominees for the Spawnies Best VR Game of the Year, or what we like to call the Jamiroquai Award.
The Jamiroquai Award.
Mother Gunship Forge. Moss Book 2. Walkabout Mini Golf VR. The Last Clockwinder. The Jamiroquai Award goes to Moss Book 2.
Hello, Spawnies community. Thank you so much for this award. I'm Doug Burton, a design lead here at Polyarc. I want to give you a big thank you from the entire studio. We're incredibly excited that players have enjoyed Moss Book 2. With Moss Book 2, the team was able to take what players enjoyed so much about Moss and give them more of a connection with our heroine Quill, more clever puzzles to solve, and exciting boss fights to experience. all wrapped into a virtual world for players to get lost in. Now, we couldn't have done this without the excellent work on the original Moss, which built a world and characters we've been able to expand upon and delve into with Book 2. I joined Polyarc after falling in love with the original Moss and seeing what VR can do for storytelling and the ability to create some fantastical set pieces that you can't see anywhere else. I'm so happy going to be part of this team and seeing the series get this sort of recognition. Last year was a reminder of the crazy world we're living in, and VR has been an oasis professionally and personally. Polyarc is going to continue to bring you all some exciting standout VR experiences. Thanks again to the Spawnies community, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Yo, first of all, shout out to our presenter, the one and only Paris Lily.
Oh boy.
For helping us with our show there. Massive love to him. Polyarc, again, I think when we think about games that have really captured folks' attention, I think Moss 2 was a really cool extension of that universe in a way that I was hoping for, having played the first game. I know VR is still kind of niche in the way that a lot of people come to it, but seeing that they got enough of a drive from the first game to make a second and to make it as good as they did, really excited for Polyarc. It's super dope to have that.
So let me ask you this, Ka, because you know VR almost as well as Paris Lily.
Yep.
What do you think makes Moss 2 a special experience when you're in that immersive environment?
I think they've really nailed the character parts of that game. Like, again, you're this really adorable mouse. It's like the reasons why really like Disney movies really resonate, right? You're attached to character, you're attached to scale. It's like in the same way that Stray really was a game that people really, pulled themselves into, because you're at that level where you're seeing things through the perspective of the main character. So I think, Moss Book 2, having some layers of that in the game and kind of pushing that as a part of the main gameplay device, always super cool to see that. And again, like, I think for folks who are thinking about VR spaces, there are so many different offerings now that you'll be able to kind of get into those games. And I think if I were to tell people a game that I think that they should definitely check out first, Moss Book 2 is one of those games that I would think of for sure. So really, really cool. Super excited for that. We got to get you on a quest and get you into some Moss 2 at some point too.
Strap me in. Will it fit over my buns?
Oh, this is why you need conversations around culture. Because when you have the puffs, you got the Afro puffs. How are you going to fit a VR headset around that? See, we need someone to be able to come through and make that happen and get that. We need the Riana edition of the Quest that is Afro puff specific, so we can get that thing into the mix and put it into the market.
Yes, Polyarc, bring me in as a tester. I have lots of feedback. It'll be great.
No doubt.
But no, congratulations again on the win for Moss Book 2. And before we get into the next category, we got to take a second and thank another one of our amazing sponsors, Xbox.
Hey everybody, we know you're watching the show. You're hanging out with us right now. We are doing this in live and in full effect. I'm rocking, Ree's rocking. One of the cool things that we had talked about from a Spawnomy perspective, again, Spawnomy is celebrating its 10th year of making content. And one of the things that people have been asking for has been, hey, yo, Ka, when are you going to bring the Discord back? If you look at the screen right about now, there should be a QR code where you can hit that button, scan that QR code and join our Discord. Come through, hang out with me and the rest of the Spawn on Me crew, which is again me. and again, like if you're looking for a place to talk about the show, looking for a place to check out some new content, looking for a place to be able to play with some of your friends across a bunch of different games, the Discord is now live. You can go hang out in there right now. Go sign up. Don't hang out there right now. Go sign up right now and join the spot. And then when you come back, we'll still be here doing more dopeness, all that. I'm excited to have you come rock and hang out with us in the spot. Come meet some of the new Bracago folks and the Bracago residents and come hang out in our new Discord.
I'll be in there collecting emojis.
Ooh, yeah. So be nice. It's the first rule. Be nice. But yeah, excited to be doing this again and having so many of you come and rock with us here in Bracago. Year 10 is in full effect, so
congratulations.
Word. And now, back to the show.
One of the best parts about the gaming industry is that we always have something new to play. New teaser trailers, snippets of news, and rumors of dope new games that might be coming out soon make for some fantastic conversation around the digital campfire. This category is all about the games that all of you picked as your most anticipated upcoming games, or what we like to call our Crystal Biscuit Award.
The Crystal Biscuit Award.
Skate Story. Starfield. Sonic Frontiers. Spider-Man 2. And the winner is Spider-Man 2.
Hi everyone, this is Brian Intihar, Creative Director of Marvel Spider-Man 2. On behalf of Insomniac Games and the entire development team, we are so honored to receive this year's Spawnie Award for Most Anticipated Game. It's really exciting to receive this award as we get the game ready for release this fall. Thank you.
Okay, so first of all, this is one of our new categories, the Crystal Biscuit Award, the award for the most anticipated game of the upcoming year. So we're looking into the future about what this game is going to be, and Spider-Man 2 from Insomniac winning this. I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer in a lot of different ways. I mean, how hyped are you for Spider-Man 2?
I'm incredibly hyped for Spider-Man 2, and full disclosure, I've still not played a Spider-Man game, so this is probably the one that's gonna get me in. I'm late to stuff, y'all. I'm busy making my bun symmetrical, okay? It takes time. But seriously, though, I am very excited. Insomniac is, honestly, at this point, they can do no wrong, right? Like, they constantly deliver hits, and the Spider-Man franchise has been doing so incredibly well, and I cannot wait to play this game. But, Ka, I gotta ask.
Oh.
Where did the Crystal Biscuit name come from?
I mean, you know, okay, so if you're new to the Spawnies, the currency of Bracago, the fictional land that Spawn on Me lives, is the Red Lobster Cheddar Bay Biscuit. Red Lobster, don't sue me, actually sponsor the show. That would be fantastic. So the Crystal Biscuit, you know, referencing a crystal ball, looking into the future. It felt like the vibe was right when I kind of was like, ooh, what's going to be the name of our most anticipated category going to be? I think it vibes well. And I got to shout out my friend Zach from Reflect Co. for making the wonderful new, not only pieces of this design, but you'll see it on the desk, the new Crystal Biscuit design for the artwork there.
Looks beautiful.
Just nailed it every time. I do look very demonic in that picture. It looks a little bit like a little demonic, but also like, hey, I'm coming for you.
I think you look like incredibly invested in whatever the community is about to pick for their most anticipated game.
You know what? That's the best way to flip that into a way that makes a lot more sense than where I was going. So I appreciate.
Let's leave the demons out of this one. We'll fight plenty of monsters in Spider-Man 2.
Be gone, demons. leave me be. So they are the winners, Insomniac, with Marvel's Spider-Man 2 for our Crystal Biscuit Award, the most anticipated game of the future. Excited about that, and massive love to our fans for voting that one in. So, yep.
Good pick.
Yeah, good pick. I think we have another category to get into, huh?
We should do that.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
The Be Water, My Friend Award.
Sifu. Multiverses. KOF 15. Rumbleverse. The Be Water My Friend award goes to Sifu.
Hello, I'm Edward, producer of Sifu. I'm honored to accept the award for the best fighting game on behalf of the whole Sifu team. Huge thanks to you, the Spawnies community, for establishing this annual celebration. For a studio like ours, where the passion for martial arts and spectacular combat is the driving force behind our work, it's a real honor to be recognized as the best fighting title. Huge shout out to our incredible team, from the devs all the way to the QA testers, designers and artists. You made this game possible. To the early fans, current players, as well as the Spawnies, thank you again. Cheers to you all.
Okay, now this is it.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So Sifu, slow clap, winning Be Water, my friend. The fighting game category. Now, some folks may not think a single player adventure game qualifies as a fighting game. To them, I say, vote next year. Because I would have voted for this one, and I am so glad that y'all did. It is such a well-deserved win.
I think when we talked about this at the beginning of the show, when we said there might be some spicy picks that the fans picked, I was kind of talking about Sifu. I think, this is one of our also new categories for this year. I'm a huge fighting game fan. And getting a chance to add this into the mix was really, really fun. When we were going through the tally of the votes, and I was looking at the info when Grab Lab sent those back over, I did definitely raise my eyebrow in a big way. And I was like, ooh, this is like, I can see the chat right now is bugging out. They were all like, yo, son, what is going on with Sifu being the winner? But again, like you said, that's the reason why you vote. That's the reason why you got to get your votes in. To make that move. But I loved this game.
So good. We talked about style from another developer, but I gotta say, for Slow Clap, the style of this game alone kept me going way longer than I should have, because once again, I was getting my ass beat. And it was really hard. It's a challenging game. You really have to master the fighting style in Sifu in order to progress the story. And for my money, that is what a fighting game does, right? It challenges you, it forces you to grow and adapt and up your level. And maybe I wasn't able to do that to get through the whole game, but it was so incredible while I was trying. Like the storytelling is beautiful, the animation is absolutely breathtaking, and I gotta say, like, I would have played longer if I just, got good.
Oh yeah, I mean, look, the age mechanic was something that I had not seen before. And I thought that was a really cool way to bridge that gap between what we think of as progress and how you kind of make that loop a little bit longer for gameplay. They nailed so many different layers of that, from the cinematic style to the soundtrack, which was super dope.
So dope.
That club level.
Man. I did make it to the club level. Stayed there a little long.
I think Sifu is like, we talk a lot about the kind of like evolution of the games and the genres that we play in, right? And I think Sifu was one of those games that when people saw it initially, they were like, all right, this is going to be really cool. But then they really like made good on the promise of what they were trying to do with this game. And it just really nailed so many different parts of it. So I think, if you're at home right now and you're writing me an angry letter and you're like, I'm not going to support Spawnies because they just adding, just throwing games and the thing. This was the fan vote. We had, there's going to be some graphics right now on the screen that'll showcase some of that, some of the information about like who voted, how many people voted, all that kind of stuff. That's the reason why you vote for games in the Spawnies, especially with that fan vote. I'm very happy with this being the winner for our first ever Be Water My Friend fighting game award. So really hyped about that.
What's up, Spawnies fam? It's your boy Ray Apollo here with your next award. The games in our best ongoing game category showcase games that are standing tall and still walking the talk after their initial launches. It's a showcase of hard work, ingenuity, and collaboration, not only with the dev teams, but with their communities, coming together to build experiences that are long-lasting and fun. Here are the nominees for our On the Road Again award.
The On the Road Again award.
Destiny 2. Sea of Thieves. Cinco Paus. Star Traders Frontier. And the On the Road Again goes to Destiny 2.
Destiny 2 is on the road again. Hi, I'm CJ Payne, the design lead on Destiny 2, and it's an honor for all of us at Bungie to receive this award. Each year, we're faced with the most daunting challenge game developers face today, making everything refreshing yet familiar. Over the past 3 years, I've been working on seasonal content for Destiny, shipping everything from Season of Arrivals to Season of the Seraph, and this year was particularly challenging. Our players faced off against the Witch Queen Savathun, returned to the not-so-derelict Leviathan, joined Mithrax in a pirate's life, and now are exploring what makes the Bray family so special. Hint, it's radiolarian fluid. Nothing humbles us more than our players. It takes hundreds, no, thousands of hands to keep the mammoth that is Destiny afloat, both in our hearts and on our servers. With each release, we aim to create a fantasy worthy of your aspirations, and a reflection of how we would like to see society. A place where those with power answer the call to save humanity, where today's friends were yesterday's foes, and most importantly, a place we can all call home. Each year, we receive a few monumental messages from players sharing their most vulnerable experiences in Destiny. Be it someone who has lost a loved one and sits in an environment where they shared fond memories, or someone finding their tribe through our game. We're here for you. These messages remind us of the impact our work has on you. Never stop. We're always listening. We hope you'll all join us again this year for more adventures in your favorite space magic-filled world of wonder. From all of us at Bungie, thank you.
Yo, we got to give it up to Destiny 2, our biggest and best ongoing game for our On the Road Again award. They just continue to knock it out the park every time that we have a conversation about like games that have really lasted long and have kept their players in a good spot. I know I'm still trying to get my hunter gear together. I am the lowest of light at this point. I'm probably in the darkness with this low light that I have at this point. Are you still rocking and getting your Destiny in?
My power level is a little sad, but it's okay. We got DLC coming. We'll get back into it. We'll work on it. Do some grinding in Crucible and get whatever it is we need to do to be competitive again.
I mean, I think the other part of this too is just like knowing just how well Bungie has been listening to their player base over, God, how many years now has Destiny 2 been in the space? They're still coming out with great expansions. I'm still trying to figure out how to jump in a raid. Shut up, Paris. In all those ways. But it's like every time I think about Destiny and their community, it's always about how many new folks are coming to the game, how many folks are finding new and fun ways to come back to it. And it feels like that best space to kind of have all your friends kind of recongregate.
Yeah.
And say, oh yeah, we're going to come back. Oh, you remember that raid? Oh, we're going to go do this raid again. I missed that part. We haven't played Destiny in forever.
It's been a minute. I mean, I try my best to keep up. We have our crew that we usually run with. Shout out to the What's Good Guardians. And I try to keep up with this week at Bungie. They're so good at being transparent and keeping us up to date with everything that's new and fresh in the game because it changes all the time. But I gotta say, it's just hard to carve out those hours sometimes.
Oh man, like I remember the last time I got in, and I was a little bit mad. I was a little bit salty because I was like, y'all not giving my hunters any dope gear. We look like we were just hanging out in the LL Bean section, rocking this military nonsense that y'all got with these weird pouches on the side that it wasn't sexy. I was trying to get my joint sexy. But now you can do so much with your wardrobe and your costumes and all that kind of stuff. So it's pretty damn cool to see how Destiny 2 is still going and is the winner of our On the Road Again award. So shout out to our friends over at Bungie. Kudos to you all.
Now, we got to take a quick break from our show because we're bringing some brand new flavor in your ear. We're taking a music break.
You are now tuned in to the Spawn on Me podcast. And if you don't know what time it is, it's game time. So what you know about the game? I know the game. Man, what is y'all playing? It's game time. Yeah, I'm all about the game. I know the game. I got it running through my veins. It's game time. So what you know about the game? I know the game. Shout it, what is y'all playing? It's game time. Yeah, I'm all about the game. I know the game. That's why it's running through my veins. I spit darts, my tongue sharp, call it a sword. Don't press pause, record for a Spawnie award. 4 eyes under the Lord of the Elden Ring. A lyrical citizen, sleeper compelled to dream. Tell the king, tell the priest, tell the cops, and I'll have them tell the god of war. Ragnaroks, punk rocks, hard rock, heavy metal, hell singer. I'm the WWE bell ringer. I choke slam players and tell them they going home. Demolition derby is murder in the roller dome. A deathmatch champion with Apex legends. Modern warfare bringing my 8 best weapons. I shot bright, hot like neon white. The last clock winded, twisted, beyond tight. The way I fight for my right is my destiny too. Cause in Chicago, everything is fresh that we do. And clean like a power wash simulator demonstrator. Got the cult of the lamb chops in my refrigerator. Innovator, biomechanical scorn. When I straight cat strut watching animal porn. I'm a beast like the creature from the Black Lagoon. Cause every rhyme is slime time, my rap's platoon. Spitting sly as a fox roam the land like tunic. Nobody saves the world, somebody gotta do it. Let's band together like we are OFK. Game on, wanna go, let's play. My flow smooth as a pickpocket swimming in the sea of thieves. Halo infinite 360 degrees. With 6 million ways to die, so choose one shining moment. And like a snot bubble, don't blow it. They ease on down the road, and then I told them again to win. Be water, my friend. It's game time. So what you know about the game? I know the game. Man, what is y'all playing? It's game time. Yeah, I'm all about the game. I know the game. I got it running through my veins. It's game time. So what you know about the game? I know the game. Shout it, what is y'all playing? It's game time. Yeah, I'm all about the game. I know the game. That's why it's running through my veins.
Massive shout out to our fam 4 Eyes for bringing nothing but flavor in your ear in the biggest and dopest way. It's something that we do here on the Spawnies.
Oh yeah.
Got to make sure that we feed you that goodness in the chat. How are you feeling about that music segment?
Oh, I'm still moving. I'm still moving to it. I mean, I'm going to ask you to run it back after we're done. That was so much fun. I will say, though, leave the lamb chops out of it. We want that Cult of the Lamb cutie to survive for a sequel, please.
Oh, my goodness. We're just going to have 4 Eyes just like, yeah, with a lamb chop in it when we bring it back. Maybe for next year. That would be super cool. He's super dope. He was really fun to work with. And again, I think that's something that is very special to our show. Chat was vibing.
Oh, yeah.
See y'all running it. See y'all giving it some love in the chat. We did that. It makes me so happy to bring that layer of the culture to the show. So nothing but dopeness here on the Spawnies. And yeah, word.
Let's keep it going.
Word.
Every nationality, culture, every single person sees this world through a different lens. And those people have different knowledge, different experiences, different perspectives. That can look like a cultural dish. It can look like traditions, a skill. It can look like anything. And what that means is that we have so much to learn from each other. Diversity drives creativity, and you will be so pleasantly surprised at how much you learn and how much you grow when you open your mind. Every year, this industry strives to be more inclusive, to be respectful of our differences, and to be representative of the world we live in today. The Spawnies Diversity Award is given to a game that truly walks the walk and shows us the future that we want to see. I don't know about you, but when I see a game with a waffle-colored sister with hips that don't lie, I'm like, game, you did good. Here are the nominations for the Bago Heritage Award.
The Bago Heritage Award.
Horizon Forbidden West. Weird West. Saints Row. The Quarry. Your winner, Horizon Forbidden West.
Hi, I'm Annie Catane, lead writer at Guerrilla and senior writer on Horizon Forbidden West. On behalf of everyone at Guerrilla, thank you so much to Spawn on Me for this award. At Guerrilla, we really try to tell authentic stories that feature a diverse cast, and that goes for the whole process. From writing to casting to character art, and even from a technical perspective, we always want to make sure our characters are realistically represented. We made this a priority for Forbidden West because we truly believe it's an important part of making gaming more inclusive and more accessible. We're thrilled to see that this work has resonated with players and fans. From all of us at Guerrilla, thank you so much.
Horizon Forbidden West is the winner of the Bago Heritage Award. Okay, so I'm so sorry. I gotta jump in here.
Yeah, please.
They nail black hair so perfectly. I gotta say, it is incredible. Guerrilla, how? Like, how do they do it? It is remarkable how good the faces, the costuming, and the hair look in this game. I honestly couldn't believe it when I saw it.
It was one of those things where, the thing I love about this was there were so many folks in the community last game that said, and again, rightfully so, there were some concerns about, Aloy's hair and the cultural connections to some of the spaces there. And it feels like they took that feedback, looked at the characters that they were going to put on screen and said, if we're going to do this, we're going to do this right in a way where no one can deny that they are really paying attention and nailing this. I haven't seen black skin look that good in a game, and not even just across like the main characters that you would see. Like, you would roll up into a random section of a map and there'll be black folks there.
Yeah.
Small, like kids, middle-aged folks, old folks, like all of those layers were so well done. Like, for our diversity award, it is wild to know that is the game that nailed it. But kudos to them for really making it happen and really doing the work, right?
It is an incredible achievement. And regardless of whether or not you vibe with the, future apocalypse with robot monsters, you gotta say the cast is so impressive and so inclusive and, again, inspiring, right? Like it's just beautiful to see all of these people play on screen when you're going through the stories and meeting different NPCs or just overhearing their conversations. They feel so fleshed out and real. And I think it just lends to what makes Horizon such a great game in general. And maybe diversity is something that more games need.
I mean, and last thought from me is just like, our show has been talking about this for a long time, right? We are asking developers to pay attention to the communities that they serve. We are asking them to really dig in and find those consultants and find those people who are going to help make their game actually feel and look like the people that we see in everyday life. And they've nailed so much of that. They did so much good work. I think, interestingly enough, I think they have raised the bar.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
In a way that a lot of other teams are going to have to try to figure out now and say, like, can we get to that standard across a vast amount and diversity of people, right? So massive kudos to Guerrilla for knocking that out of the park. I'm still I look at the pictures on my phone from time to time, and I'm like, damn.
That cinematic mode, yeah.
Yeah, really, really well done. So shout out to Gorilla for winning our Bago Heritage Award.
And if you need hair models, we're both available.
I mean, it's chest only. Chest and arm. Maybe eyebrows. If you need an eyebrow model, I got you. We have more show for you, but right now we're going to head over to a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
My name is Sarah Bond. My pronouns are she, her, and I am the head of ecosystem for Xbox. I know, right? Microsoft likes to make these titles that are very mysterious. But what we do is we're really responsible for all of the relationships that Microsoft has with game creators globally. And we get to be responsible for all of the aspects of that. So we lead the commercial relationships. We also build all of the developer tools and all the publisher tools that are used by game creators that want to work with Xbox and also that want to have their games powered by Azure. You know, it wasn't a linear one. I actually played games starting out as a kid. It was something I always did with my dad. The first game I can remember playing was King's Quest II when I was about 6 or 7 years old. And then I went to business school, and I actually started out working at McKinsey in consulting. And at that time, no one did consumer tech. Like Google hadn't IPO'd, there was no Facebook, there was no iPhone, and all of tech was considered to be commercial business. And I decided, though, because I liked consumer things and I liked tech, that I was going to do consumer tech, and people thought that that was a little strange. But of course, it ended up taking off with everything that happened in the world. And I did that for a number of years in consulting, and then I went to T-Mobile and worked there, T-Mobile, the wireless company, which is a great consumer tech company. And after about 6 years doing a ton of things there, which ended in me leading strategy and business development, I decided I want to try something new. And Microsoft seemed like a great option. And when the opportunity came to start on the gaming team, I was like, well, that works perfectly. That's consumer tech. And it's also something that I've always loved since I was a kid. Well, when I first came, I had been a sort of a strategy business development person for a long time, especially at T-Mobile. That was my role. And I was really used to this industry where all I had to care about was like 4 actors. You know, like I was like T-Mobile, Sprint, AT&T, Verizon. You know, maybe you're thinking about like Apple for iPhone and Google for Android. And then I came to gaming and I realized that there were thousands and thousands and thousands of developers, creators, different platforms. And it was like looking at a constellation of stars. I was just like, oh, this is so cool. And because of what I get to do, I can see it all. You know, a lot of people work in our industry, but they don't get the opportunity to actually see all of those patterns. You know, they might work on a specific aspect of it, but my role literally requires me to look out and to understand what's going on for all of the different players, what matters to them, what their economics are, what their challenges are, and help them solve those things. Maybe context switching. Like I have to think of so many different things and types of things in a single day. You know, I might be having a very deep one-on-one conversation with someone about their career, where they might be scared or worried about something. And then I have to switch to be giving a speech to thousands of people. And then I have to switch to a conversation about the unit economics of xCloud and how those are going to change over time, right? And then I have to switch to, you know, giving someone advice on how to approach a negotiation. And those are all sort of different parts of your brain and different sort of altitudes that you need to be thinking about and explaining things. And I think that's the hardest. Like when I have a day with a lot of context switching at the end, I'm like, I just got to put my headphones on and relax. I'm so tired. The people. Like ultimately, like there's so many jobs you can do in life. There's so many choices you can make. But what really makes a day good is if you love the people you work with, if you trust them, if even when something really challenging is going on or really hard, you're still laughing or you feel like you're having a good time. And that's what makes me stay. day in and day out is being part of like a team, like really part of a team where you're playing a position where someone else is playing their position and you're supporting each other so that you can achieve a goal that otherwise wouldn't be possible. The thing I'm most looking forward to is just this trend that we're seeing and the culmination of it that's what I'm looking forward to, of making it easier for anyone to create a game. You know, we've seen it in video, like with TikTok or YouTube. You know, you've seen it in music with sort of the rise of the citizen creator, and we're starting to see that in games. You see you're seeing that with Roblox, you're seeing it with the access of tools, and that really, really inspires me because I know out of that are going to come beautiful stories, experiences, and voices that are going to have a lot of impact and meaning for people. And that's one of the things I think is going to make this industry just even greater than it is today.
We have to give a massive shout out to our friends at Xbox for putting together Project Amplify and showing and showcasing it here on our show. Shout out to my friend James Lewis, who's working on that team, for helping to make all of this come through. I'm just so happy that we got a chance to do it. Ree, what are your thoughts about that?
I think it's so important for companies that have the influence and the resources to make those changes, right? And there's lots of programs out there that will help uplift developers who don't have the support that they need in order to bring their visions to life. And it's wonderful when you see a company as big as Xbox supporting those efforts, right? Like, there's nothing else that will truly make change aside from giving those people what they need to get their stuff out there. And it's so important, and I'm just happy it exists and that people are on board and that we get to amplify their messaging here at the Spawnies.
Yeah, it just makes me so happy to know that, you know, one of the driving forces behind all of our work and Spawnies' work and Spawn on Me has been to uplift and spotlight people of color and especially Black folks in the industry. You know, one of the folks who didn't show up in this one but is in the larger campaign, Sierra McDonald, was the person who gave me my first job in terms of my first hosting gig, like almost a decade ago. So shout out to Sierra.
Yes.
And all those folks. So it makes me excited that we get a chance to share that with all of you. And you know, got to give those folks some love on the socials when you see stuff like that. So massive love to our friends over at Xbox for not only putting together something like that and bridging that gap, but feeling like our show was a place to kind of share that information and share that good work. So massive love to them, massive love to the Xbox team, and
We're having a blast here at the Spawnies and cannot wait to get into this next category.
To end our show, we wanted to focus on the games that made this year special. A variety of games that received exceptional reviews across the board, highlighting what the gaming industry truly has to offer. From mobile masterpieces to indie darlings, there was something out there for everyone. Here are the nominees for our Spawnies Game of the Year, or what we like to call our Cheddar Bay Biscuit Award.
Ready to form Voltron. Activate interlock. Dynatherms connected. Infracells up. Mega thrusters are go.
The Cheddar Bay Biscuit Award.
Signalis. Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Marvel Snap. Horizon Forbidden West. And your winner of this year's Cheddar Bay Biscuit Award, Horizon Forbidden West.
Hey, Annie from Gorilla here. Once again, thank you to Spawn on Me. A lot of amazing games came out in 2022. It's humbling to be nominated, and it means so much to the team to be your Game of the Year. Hundreds of people poured their hearts and souls into Horizon Forbidden West, making sure that the continuation of Aloy's journey was emotional, impactful, and fun to play, that the world and machines felt more awe-inspiring, and the tribes and their stories even more compelling. From all of us at Guerrilla, we want to thank our families and friends who supported us through this massive production. And we especially want to thank everyone who played and enjoyed the game. You're why we made this, and why we'll continue Aloy's journey beyond the Forbidden West. I don't know if we're able to get Cheddar Bay biscuits over here in Amsterdam, but we'll definitely find a way to celebrate. Thank you again for the Spawnie.
And the winner of our Cheddar Bay Biscuit Award, our game of the year, is Horizon Forbidden West. Wow.
The two-time
champ, pulling home our big award of the year. All of you said this is your game of the year, the one that you thought did the best job of being dope and being fantastic. Again, Horizon is super, super cool. Last thoughts about what Horizon was from that aspect too. I mean, we talked a little bit about diversity in the Bago Heritage Award, but like as a game, what are your thoughts about Horizon?
Horizon's so good. Like it's just undeniably quality, right? Yeah. Like when you think of like gameplay, when you think of breadth of the game, when you think of the cinematics, when you think of the dialogue, when you think of the choices, the weapons, the outfits, the diversity of enemies, like it just gets all of it right? It just did so many things so well and clearly resonated with all of you in the community. You picked it for our Game of the Year, the Cheddar Bay Biscuit Award winner. And Guerrilla, keep making Horizon games. Like, we'll keep playing them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so invested in the world. I'm waiting for my PSVR 2 to drop.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be in the mix. And I think, you think about a game that ushered in a new console too, right? This game really did pull into focus how dope the Sony hardware was, the PS5 hardware was.
The DualSense.
The DualSense in so many different ways, from the Rumble, from the DualSense controller to all of those layers that really pulled through. Guerrilla just really did a fantastic job. I think they continue to be one of the studios that is setting such a high mark for gameplay experiences that it feels really just like apropos to have them win our Game of the Year award for the second year of the Spawnies. So,
oh, yeah.
Wow. Huge win for them, winning 2 awards in our show.
Just imagine Aloy with like 2 Cheddar Bay Biscuit Awards in her hand,
I mean, look, if Guerrilla, I got the scan for this. If you want to put it in the game, you can just throw a biscuit in a dinosaur's back. And then when you shoot the dinosaur off, you get one of these that just pops out. Like, I'm down. I really want that to be a thing. Please make that a thing. So again, massive love and shout out to the folks over at Guerrilla for Horizon Forbidden West. And again, thank you to each one of you at home who voted for it for the best game of the year. Holy crap, that was an amazing time tonight. Massive thank you to each and every one of you watching at home at twitch.tv/SpawnOnMe for being a part of this dream. Ree, how are you feeling?
I am feeling so grateful and so inspired. It's a beautiful thing that you've done, Ka, with the Spawnies, because there are so many developers out there that we never get to hear from. And it's so important for underrepresented folks to have a moment to celebrate with us the things that they love creating, the things that we love playing. And I'm just so happy to be a part of this journey with you.
I'm blessed, like I said earlier in the show, to have you rock with me and to have so many wonderful folks really, embrace this dream of making this show and really making something fun and interesting that is for the people. It is for the culture, right? I got to thank our hosts, the wonderful folks from Kinda Funny, for letting us borrow their amazing studio. The spare bedroom is looking ridiculously dope. I am so hyped that they let us use it for our Spawnie show. Again, the folks at Xbox, Twitch, and Zynga, thank you so much for not only believing in what this is, but helping to pay it forward literally in the ways that we were able to kind of get this show done. The folks at Triple Click for helping us to get these amazing awards done and out to our developers. These things are really dope and heavy. This is probably a thing that you would find in a game of Clue. You would find this at some point in the library. You knock somebody out with one of these bad boys. But again, I think it's all of those things coming together, our music acts, every presenter who came through and believed in us and wanted to be a part of our show, and all the folks who come through. Eli Harris, the voice of Chicago, coming through and adding his flavor to the show. There are many people who come along for the ride for this, and a lot of people who believe in what Spawn on Me has done over the past 10 years and what the Spawnie is going to try to do in the future. So massive love to you all for helping us get this done. We are not done yet. We have a post show that's coming up right after this. So make sure you're hanging out and staying intact there. Don't go anywhere. We got more dopeness coming to you there. And we get a chance to do this again next year.
Oh gosh, I can't wait for next year. If you think this glow up was big, wait till the next one.
I'm going to have a fro next year. It's going to be dope. I'm going to have hair. My chest hair is going to be out. It's going to be beautiful.
Wow.
I'm like Razor Ramon. It's going to be beautiful.
Full effect.
Full effect. Full effect. Until then, we're going to get up out of here. Much love to y'all. We'll see y'all next year. Hang out for the post show. Until then, we'll see you next year. Peace.
We did it, Mama. I made it.